been kind of a crazy morning. I think I've been stumbling over myself to get things done. I'm just going too fast. And I have to focus and think what it is I need to accomplish today. So there's a birthday party this afternoon, and we're taking some grandkids. So that all is happening, I don't know, in a couple of hours. What time is it now? It's 11. What time did we say we'd pick them up? It's 11:30. I think 2:30 is when we're picking them up. So let's say 2 o'clock. So I have from 11:30 till 2, 12:30, 1:30, 2. 2.5 hours. So I can accomplish things. What should I accomplish? I have to wrap his present. I have to fill up the piñata and wrap that. How hard can that be? I got these little boxes of Smarties to put in the piñata. I thought maybe if I just cut a little slit the size of the box of Smarties, I can do it. Hello.
Hey,
We are back from the dump, are we?
dump on the back.
Thank you for doing the dump run. Say hello to all the followers and friends.
Hello, all followers and friends.
That's Willem.
Is this a long video or is it several videos?
Oh, I just started this one. That was another one. This is 2 minutes long so far. So I fed the birds. They're all happy out here. I didn't add any more suet to the woodpecker. Boy, they really are here today. Once they know where their food is, if you give them a good, consistent, and easy to access supply. I like the idea of doing it on the floor. It's so easy because it's gone in between the mat holes, right? I just fill up the mat holes with sunflower seeds. Anyway, so I did go out and I made that snowshoe thing. I was thinking I should hook up the car and I should to the trailer and I should go to the dump and I should get some leaves. But you see, if I do that, and I should also hook up the trailer and put the snowblower on it and then drop it off over there. Who knows? Perhaps we could even leave the trailer there for the day and pick up the trailer when we get home, on the way home. How's that? Probably wouldn't like it. But we could ask him, what if he says it's okay? Then we would get the snowblower over there and do that stuff. But I have 2.5 hours. The highest priority is to wrap presents and fill the piñata. How long will that take? I don't know, 10 minutes to wrap the presents? Maybe 10 minutes to fill the piñata and another 10 to wrap it? Maybe I've got so half an hour. Okay, and what about cookies? Should I make cookies and take along? You know, that's a nice thing to do. That's what people do when they're going to go somewhere. They make cookies and take there, right? But sugar, flour, butter, all those things, I don't really want to be tempted by them. So then I don't feel good and I can't get around very well. You know, I was supposed to get my booster shot. I phoned up for an appointment. And so I got an appointment, but not until the 20th. And other people in Ottawa are just getting an appointment on the same day. How's that for cool? I could maybe phone and see if I could get a shot while we're in Ottawa today. But then I don't know where to phone. I have to figure it out. Or I could just start asking questions on the internet. Like, I could just Google where to get a shot. And it'll tell me. It wants my postal code probably, and then it'll try and give me the closest one. But even that, maybe I could make an appointment for another day. I have to not bite off more than I can chew. But I do like to combine trips. It's very nice to combine trips. I think I'll skip the cookies. See, what if the children come over here and we take them from here? And then my time is up. I think those birds are in the secret fort. Do you want to see the secret fort since it's so secret? There it is, that whole thing on the hill. I should really turn it into a beautiful grass hut. I could do that. I could get long willow sticks from down by the pond, and I could weave crosswise in that whole end, all those branches. See the whole right side, that's all branches coming down. It's kind of difficult to see because it's behind all this other tree. But I could thatch it. Wouldn't that be fun, thatching it? I have some other grass huts that are not doing so well. Alders really don't make a very good foundation. They don't last forever. They do if they're bent over and not dead. But once they're dead, they can only last a couple years. I just love how many there are. They're such sweet little birds. I like to sit outside and feed them on my lap. I have to get some deer feed out of the car and feed the deer. Where do I want to feed the deer? Maybe I should just feed them right over there. Not close here, but over by the bottom of the hill. It's so nice to sit here and watch the birds. My mother would spend all day watching the birds when she had Alzheimer's. Well, even before that. Watching the birds is a great pastime. That hairy woodpecker looks so much like a pileated woodpecker when you see his neck, when you see how skinny his neck is. He's much smaller, like he's 5 inches smaller. Hello, one person. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Nothing much happening here. Just sitting having some tea, chit chat. But the snow is so beautiful and it's sunny out, and I really have a hard time ignoring a sunny day. I really need to go and get those leaves. The dump closes at 1. What time is it? It's 11:45. I could get the leaves without taking the trailer, couldn't I? I could take the trailer. I have to wrap my head around it. Yes, Nancy, you're going to get the trailer. You're going to back. I have the car working now. The car has been fixed. Has a new alternator. Finally, we've been having this problem for a long time, like a couple years or more. And the last time they just changed the battery, but I knew it was the alternator. Like, why did they do that? Whatever. It's done now. I really like looking at that tree. I really like thinking about what I can do to make it into a really cool place. I'm going to dig in it. I'm going to dig down. It's not going to be on a slope. It's going to be flat in there. So the kids can put chairs down and sit. We're still talking about that one out there. I found this book I bought in in the Museum of Anthropology in Vancouver. And it was about this guy who's his return to Salish basketry. And there's so many things in there about cedar bark, sorry, not willow. There's so much about, like he made this big fish net out of cedar bark. There's a lot of cedar roots involved. You've got to do a lot of, and these are long pieces of cedar roots. That's always been my thing, is when I try and dig up cedar roots. But I think what they do is they just get big roots and split them and split them and split them. There are places where trees fall over in the marsh woods. They fall over all the time. There's always a fresh tree down there, roots I could take. Always. I don't know how often always is. But there's a lot of trees that have fallen over in the past 25 years. The beavers backed it up. It all flooded in there. It was already a fen with moving water under it, but the beavers sort of just flooded it all. And one after another, the trees died and fell over. I don't know about dead trees. You kind of need the roots from living trees, otherwise the roots are already brittle. But is that a problem? Can you just soak them and then split them? They're going to get brittle anyway when you wind them up. That's why you wind them up, so that when you soak them, you can fit it all into one container. If you have this long root that nobody wound up, you have to have a different thing. Oh, it's so warm in the sun. So cold out there. The coldest days are sunny and bright. And last night there were billions of stars. You could see the stars, and then you could see stars behind them, and then you could see stars behind them, and then you could see like sand. The whole thing that was like speckled with these bits of stuff all over. But I don't have a camera good enough to photograph that. But sometimes if you look at a sky through binoculars, like you pick a star, right? And you look at the star through your binoculars, and it's like, wait a minute, there's not one star, there's like 50 stars. Which star was I looking at? I kid you not. I wonder if my zoomy camera would pick it up. I've looked through binoculars at it, and it's quite amazing. But just without binoculars, you just start to wonder, is that me? Is it my eyes? There's so many stars out there. And you know what's so cool? They're out there in the daytime too. There are. If you look at a sky map, a star map, if you have one on your phone. Well, hello, Ting Tong. Is your name Sam Smythe? Is that why you wrote that? I'm Nancy today. Pleased to meet you. You're the only one on here right now. Do you feel special? Like and subscribe. That's what I always say. Actually, that's not what I always say, but lately it is. But, whatever. You see my new pathway out there? I've been playing. I think it looks beautiful. Something about my brain. I always like to fill it all up, too. I do that with snowshoes a lot. It's really fun to do with snowshoes in the yard. I could do that. I'm supposed to wrap this present and wrap this piñata and put candy in it. So why don't I just do that first? Like, hello, you gotta stand and do something. You might as well do that. So the wrapping paper is back in the closet, and the tape is in Willem's drawer, and I have room right there to do it. And a knife is in the drawer. I should start with putting the candy in the piñata. Do that first, and then when the candy's all in the piñata, then we hey, I think I'll write the grandchildren's names on each box so that one person doesn't get 5 out of the 6 boxes and claim them all. I can imagine how that might happen. So if I put everybody's name on it, then they've got to scrounge for their own. Ha ha ha. The fastest way to get your own is for everybody to pick up one, read the name, and hand it to that person. They'll be done in 2 shakes. But if you scrounge around and look for yours, that takes time. Okay, everybody, break the piñata, pick up two, or as soon as it breaks, okay, everybody, well, maybe before it breaks, you say, when whatever's in there has names on it. So you pick up two of them, look at the names, give them to the person. And that's how you'll get your two really quick. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I get up, I walk to the kitchen, I get a knife. Come back, I open the bag, I stick the knife in. I make a slit, I make a little eye, a little slit on the end of the slit, so that it can, or maybe a C, right? A digital C, a square C. It is so bad, out here it reconnects all the time, and then I go outside and it reconnects all the time. Or it will tell me I need to reconnect it. I lose signal. What should I do about that? Get a different router? I have these white things. One is the hub and two go in other places, and then you connect to them when you're close to them, I guess. I tried to put one down in the pottery studio, but it didn't work. Hey, Willem. He knows that tone. Willem?